This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with SB Sports and Chaco. We're here at the Mark Dunlop show. We're delighted to be joined with Edward Donovan. How are you, Edward?
All good now. Just after a fight last week, as you know, actually back into training again, hoping to get out soon. Now that Jason's fight out of the way, speaking to my manager tomorrow and trying to get another fight there.
I think it's just all systems go. Obviously, Jason just come away there, obviously a 40-36 win. What did you think of his performance tonight?
I thought his performance was spot on. He stuck to the game plan throughout the whole event. We knew the lad was tough. He wasn't the guy that you go to take out early. He'd cover up, he'd make the fight dirty. So the game plan was just keep boxing, keep your skills, just be in different level, different class, show that they're levels to the game. That's exactly what Jason did. He stuck to the plan, and I thought he boxed excellent.
He did. He's sort of pretty much coming on together. He's obviously both made your debut in London. Obviously, but next week last year, so nearly a year ago now. And obviously he's just sort of both your second fight. I think were in the same card, and then obviously they're a week of difference. So obviously, is it good for you that obviously Jason? Obviously, I think he's her cousins, brother-in-laws. I was close, but obviously being related and everything else, and keeping it together. Obviously, with Paddy being the top rank, I guess it's a bit different. But I guess probably the ideal dream for you is all these threes fighting one card.
Yeah, it would be a dream for the three of us to be on the one card, and hopefully someday in Limerick, maybe with title fights or defensive title fights, we will get that dream. I said it's great. Me and Jason train alongside one another. We push one another all the way. We are company to one another throughout training camps, even when we're away from home. So it helps.
And I guess obviously in Fight Zone last week I was actually in Nottingham and having to watch on the laptop. But obviously all three of your fights so far have been undefeated fighters. It's probably a wee bit different, but I guess it probably shows the confidence levels you have. You don't want easy fights. You just want to test yourself to the limit.
Well, I'm not in this game for easy fights. As you know, I came from a high pedigree amateur background, so there's kind of no need for the journeyman fights or anything like that. I just want to test myself against good lads, good prospects like myself, take away the roles and keep building up the ladder myself and get closer to the title fight.
Where does that confidence come from? Is it just through your amateur experience, or have you always just been, obviously Paddy's very confident as well, but where did the confidence does the confidence come from so much success as an amateur?
Well, really, yeah, too. That's a big part of it. As I said, fighting at a high standard in amateur boxing, and you're looking at some guys fighting journey level down at that low level. You don't want to go there. You just want to keep going the level that you're at, fighting good fighters, and you're kind of getting more credit for it at the end when you come out of that ring with that win. It puts the people talking more.
And obviously on Limerick as a whole, obviously I spoke to Jason yesterday as well. Limerick's obviously flying. There's probably nearly as many active professional boxers in Limerick than there probably is anywhere else in Ireland. What is it about Limerick? It just seems to be a conveyor belt, just seems to be keeping happening. As I guess it just that probably everybody's followed the Andy Lee model from obviously him being a professional. What is it that's just so good about Limerick at the moment?
Well, Limerick always had good fighters, but they're younger a couple of years ago and they just came up through the ranks, and now they all came together. We have myself, Paddy, my brother Paddy, Jason, we have Lee Reeves, we have Graham McCormack, we have Jamie Morrissey, we've some great professional fighters in Limerick, and hopefully there should be some big titles coming soon to Limerick. It's just a matter of who's going to win them first. And
I guess with the pandemic and everything else, I think the plan's obviously been for a Shooty to happen in Limerick. I've obviously spoke to Lee Reeves and obviously Jason, and I'm sure every fighter in Limerick will be wanting on that card.
Yes, they will. Everybody will be busting for the opportunity to get on the card in Limerick. It's kind of, we all share kind of the one dream, sell-out arena home in Limerick. Be a dream come true for me, and I pretty much think for everybody else from Limerick, and hopefully most of us will be on the card. Maybe 5 of us will be on the card.
Definitely be a sellout, I know. So what's the plans for you for the rest of the year? I believe you're obviously looking for a youth title before the end of the year.
Yes, looking to challenge for a world youth title by the end of the year, and whatever between here and that or afterwards, I'm ready to fight anybody, anytime. No matter who it is, I'll be there, I'll fight.
I guess it's obviously just a case of whether you or Paddy get it first, because obviously Paddy's talked about it from the field from last year and obviously just not materialised. But obviously, what would it mean for you as a family to obviously have 2 world youth champions as professionals? Obviously, you're both highly established amateurs as well. But what would it mean to have belts obviously around the waist and putting Limerick probably back on the map again?
Look, it'd be great for my family, for Limerick, for everybody that me and Paddy bring belts home. That's what we're training for. That's what we're in the game to do. We're not actually chasing the one belt, the one world title youth belt. I'm more chasing the WBO youth world title belt. Paddy's chasing the WBC world youth title belt. So it's a different path but a similar story. Hopefully by the end of the year both of us will have the both titles.
Definitely, and I say I'll only just probably make the next generation coming through in Limerick obviously think more of boxing. Obviously, they see that you've been idols for them coming through. But obviously, well, thank you very much for your time. Obviously, we know that there's still fights going on here this evening as well. But I'm sure we'll look forward to your fight news soon.
Thank you very much. We'll fight day soon. Keep tuned.